life of the children. All right, Shalom Israel. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 122nd Street in New York with the commanding GEN.YAHANNA. I'm Christian Officer Card, Christian All right, and today we're going to do our Sabbath service. It's done every 7 days according to the law. We come and read out of the law of the Lord. We understand to help educate our people. That is the job of a priest. That's what any I.S.U.P.K and the commandment as well. But that is a imagine which is the stand. I.S.U.P.K, which means Israel. Which represents east, south, which means the turn. We're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Abashemaya, Basamaya, Yah, Yahweh, Wakaka, Zaka, Yah, Yeshua, Barak, Yah, Bashemaya, Batan, Dalaba, Lakam, Ka, Kawan, Salaka, Salaka, Watino, Ana, Orianawa, Masawa, Bob, Washino, Yun, Ra, Yah, Allah, I love you, Mom. The English, your father, God's in heaven, thy name, Howard, the kingdom come, be done, will be done, earth, as in heaven, was this day, give me bread, give us our debts, forgive our debtors, we forgive our debtors, lead us not, temptation, deliver us from evil, thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever, so be it. We're going to say power in Hebrew, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Bukashah, Atananawa, Akak, Rabahah, Kamalwo, Akak, Nataha, Amazariah, Akak, Akayam, Akak, Iwakaba, Allah, Garasham, Yahushua, Wadahaman. Yahweh, name of Yahushua, please give us the power, to heal, all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, for to cleanse the leper, to raise the dead, against unclean spirits, cast them out, name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. We're saying, bless Israel. Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Yah, Safari, Barak, Hashem, Yahushua,
English. Yahweh. Name of Yahweh. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
Psalm 121 in Hebrew. Asha, Ayan, Ahariyan, Ayan, Yaba'a, Zariah, Ayan, Aho, Isha, Shamayam, Arakasa, Ayatan, Amawat, Gawa, Ayanawa, Samar, Lanawan, Walaka, Yayasan, Shawama, House, Hawa, Shamar, Hawa, Zad, Ayah, Yamyanka, Yarama, Ashama, Yaka, Yara, Valayawa, Hawa, Shama, Makara, Shama, Atlas Fuka, Yahweh, Yashama, Kazahaska, Wawaka, Mayata, Ai,
Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes to the hills, whence cometh my help. Help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. Do not suffer thy foot. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. How as I keep, how as I shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. How shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Thou shalt preserve thy going out and thy coming in. From this time forth, even forevermore.
Psalm 83 in Hebrew. Keep no hand to God. Hold on thy peace. And be not still, O God. Psalm 83 in Hebrew. Alahaya. 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 Alahaya, Al-Mayalaka, Al-Tashakwa, Al-Kayakana, Al-Yalaka, Yahamayawan, Wamasha, Yaka, Shawamarash, Ayamaka, Yamarayamwa, Sawada, where Ayatazawan, Amaro, Walakaha, Wanakayadam, Gabriel, Walaha, Lazaka, Shamyashala, Alabada, Kaya, Mawahaizawa, Gaba, Yakalo, Ayaka, Maria, Rafa, Ahalia, Alawan, Wayashama, Ayam, Mawahaba, Hamaraya, Gaba, I'm a bar, I'm a laugh, I'm a shop, I'm a shop, as a wall, Namashaw, Alawa, Kamadia, Asayasara, Yabya, Wanaka, Yashua, Masamadwa, Yanda Ara, Ayawa, the Ma, Adam, Shayatamwa, Daya Papa, Kairak, Razanapa, Razaba, Kata Zamanai, Kamasia Kamwa, Arasha, Ma, Wana, Rasha, Lahaba, Lahawa, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagala, Lapania Roka, Ira, Kabahaba, Alaha, Arigan, Kantabada, Masarika, Wasa, Wapaska, Kabahala, Alaha, Ayahan, Walawan, Yamakwasho, Shamka, Yahoo, Yabashwa, Yamahala, Ai, Kaparo, Yababu, Yadayu, Yata, Shamka, Yahoo, Labatia, Alawan, Agaha, Aratazah.
Psalm 83 in English. Keep not thou silence.
Hold
on thy peace. Be not still. Hold your power. Lo, thine enemies begin to mock. They that hate thee have been lifting up the head. Taking crafty counsel. Against thy people. And consulted. Against thy hidden ones. That have said, come, let us cut them off. Being a nation, the name of Israel. Give them one remembrance. They are consulted together. One consent. They are confederate against the tabernacles of Egypt. And the Israelites. Moab. Agarim. The Baal. Amalek. The Philistines. The inhabitants of Tyre. I.S.U.P. also is joined with them. Children of Lot. Salah. Who unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. And the brook of his son. Which bears an end. They became as long for you. Make their nobles. And Korah. Yea, all the princes. Sabbath. Salmon. Seth. Let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. O my power, being like a wheel, as the south before the wind, as the fire with the wood, as the flame set in the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, and the Most High over all the earth.
Blessings. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai. Wa Ma'ala. Wa Malahaya. Wa Tazabia. I.S.U.P. Yahanna. I.S.U.P. Asarani. I.S.U.P. Yahweh. Wa Hashem. Wa Shai. Wa
In English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh. Michael. And the angels. And the General Yahanna. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. The name of Yahweh. Chant. So be it.
Psalm 52. Shabbat was recited. And then we'll continue reading the book of 2 Kings, chapter 23. Continuing from the 4th verse. In 2 Kings 23. So I see the stuff on. Second Kings chapter 24 and verse 15. Hebrew. For your God, Yahweh Yah, Yahweh Yah, Yahweh Salah, Yahweh Yah Kaya, Babala, Bata, Amma, Amala, Wata, Nashaya Amalak, Wata, Sarayasayawa, Wata, Wa Awaliyawa, Ha'arataza, Awalayaka, Gawala, Mayarawa Shawa, Babala, 16, Wata, Ha, Ahayasha, Akayaw, Shaba'aitha, Ayal, Alapyo, Wahakariyash, Wahamasa Saga, Allah, Akab, Gabawalario, Aishaya, Malakab, Wayabayawa, Malak, Babala, Gawala, Babala, 17. Wayamala, Mala, Babala, Ha, Matnaya, Gadawa, Nakata Yawa, Wayasa, Ha, Shamawa, Tazadakwa, Yawa. 18. Ban, Ashuryam, Waka, Shana, Tazadakyo, Mamalakawa, Wataha, Ashara, Shana, Wala, Wayarashalam, Washam, Ma, Kamayata, Ba, Yeramayawa, Malakama, who's 19. Waya Aisha, Arai, Ba'ayaliya, Yahaw, Baka, Asha, Yahawaya, it's 20. Kaya, Apa, Yahaw, Ayata, Wayarashala, Wabayan, Yahawada, Ida, Ashadakan, Atam, Ma'ayal, Panyawa, Wayamar, Wayaraman, Salaki, Wayar, Mara, Nazadakayaw, Mabala, Book of 2 Kings chapter 25 and verse 1. Wayahaya, Washanah, at the Shayahaya, Lamalakio, Wakadash, Aisha, Yara, Ba'ayawo, Lakadash, Ba'a, Nabakana, Atazari, Bala, Mabal, Awa'a, Waka, Kaziyalawa, Yarawa, Shalom, Yahan, Aliyah, Uyabano, Aliyah, Yazak, Sabaya.
Book of 2 Kings, chapter 24 and verse 15. And he carried away Je.O.K to Babylon, and the king's mother, and the king's wives, and his officers, and the mighty of the land. Those carried he into captivity from Jerusalem to Babylon, and all the men of might, even 7,000, and craftsmen and smiths, thousands, all that was strong and apt for war, even them the king of Babylon brought captive to Babylon. And the king of Babylon made Manasseh his son, his father's brother, king instead, and changed his name to Zedekiah. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Amato, the daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to all that Jehoiakim had done. For through the anger of the Lord, it came to pass in Jerusalem and Judah until he had cast them out of his presence, that Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. Book of 2 Kings chapter 25 and verse 1. And it came to pass in the 9th year of his reign, in the 10th month, in the 10th day of the month, that Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came, he and all his hosts, against Jerusalem, and pitched it against it. And they built forts against it round about. So again, just continue now from where we left off last reading, and this is why we say it's so important, because now we see that trend and a pattern, and we see that same thing today right now, where us, the chosen people of the Lord, will have that ruler or that king which will be in good standing with the Lord. And these reminders will be brought out unto him by the priests. And these men that hold this portfolio will be men that would be zealous for the law, as scripture says, and after the law. And they will make that as first and foremost priority in this that regards to us being covered with the protection of the Lord from our enemies. They would make this known, because now we are countless acts where the Lord will protect us from our enemies, and these men will bring this or highlight it to the king or the ruler of Israel, and they would make haste, as we see the king before make haste to do what is right, and put away all the idols, put away this, because now we know that doing this would always have the Lord anger or the Lord kindle or vex with us as our people. And this is why when we see that trend or that pattern, the people would stand in right, or as you say, stand upright in truth. And then you see now as that time goes on, as you see a generation come and a generation go, it shows where the one that come after, if they do good, our records would mention that they did that which was right in the sight of the Lord. Now we see a countless pattern, they did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, meaning we stop following the instructions of the Lord. We take up the customs and the culture of these nations. And again, what we're reading about here again is what was prophesied or was told to one of the kings in times before these kings come about, that we will be taken away into Babylon because of what they did. Because now, when we read further back, this king, the Lord healed him of his ailment, and the king of Babylon came unto him with gifts, and he showed them everything inside, as we say, inside the city or inside his domain. And it was asked to him, what have you done that this was coming from the mouth of the prophet, which was Isaiah at that time? And he said, hey, I did this. And he said, because I did this, this would happen to this place. Everything that they show them, the king of Babylon will come and take it away. So said, so done. And this will be reading about, because now the generation that came after, he was reminded to get his house in order before that can hold, which we see didn't happen within that particular time. And because of that, the sons that come before. That I say, teach your sons to your sons. It's so important. To your sons, because now what will happen? They would not forget this. But anytime that window pass, and again, our records say, train up that child, and we train them up and let them know this, what will happen? will run after the customs that they needed. We will take that day, or as you say, we call one family, one human race, not knowing they already have an agenda and a plan. And this is why in our prayer we read this morning. See Psalms 83. This was always that thought and that plan to do what? To keep us separated from knowing who He is, and we will always not be in right standing with God. So we see what happened here. The evil in the sight of the Lord come into captivity. Into captivity. And as we continue to read that, this is why we say, come to class. Fill up again all these chairs in all the I.S.U.P.K schools. Throughout the four corners of the Trinidad, UK, DC, SHALAM, Texas, Louisiana, Baltimore, you name the schools. Because why? This is the job that the prophets of old did in trying to make sure that if the people didn't understand, it will be brought or highlighted to the, as you say, to the king, which would make reference and let the people know, hey, doing that which is evil inside the Lord. We have to get rid of this. We have to get rid of that. And then you will see everything will be done in haste. We will take, haste at now we, as you say, with that period at in now taking time, but when a man start to understand truth, now start to clean up himself. Make that haste. And this is what we see in the I.S.U.P.K and the command general. Brothers and sisters doing the daily. Making that haste in what? To be in right standing with the Lord. Right? So,
reading in the Hebrew, book of 2 Kings, chapter 25 and verse 2. I ومتزاور أيدار الشفياء الشراء شمنا لملا تصدقايا street بطاش أي لقداش ويتزار أرى أيبا أيرا ولا أيا لقم لأيما أراتزار is 4 وبا أيرا وقع على شجاع أملقام على الله يلا درع شعيرا وين أقطع تيم الشراع أيلا دم أملا وكشداي آي أيريا سبيا ويلا درع أيريا إسباي ويردا هو يقلا كشدايم قال أملا ويشجاوة الطاوة أي بالرياوة يرخاوة وقال كيالوة نفتزاوة معاليوة 6 ويطاق شاوة أملا ويا أينوة أتباع لا بباع وملكات ويا دبارو أتباع ومشاع سب وأتا يا وزدقايا شكتاوة أينا يوم وأتا يا أي سأينا يا تزقايا أيوه ويا أسراه ونقا تشاو ونشقاق يوم ويباع وباع سكيت ومكان ومقداش أخمياش يوم وشام أيام مقداش أيقا شمكا I.S.U.P.K, SHALAM, Abakar, Dana Azar, Allah, Abba, Ata, Nabawaza, Zaradana, Rabba, Tabakai, Ibada, Allah, Abba, Yarashalam.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 25, and verse. And the city was besieged unto the 11th year of King Zedekiah. And on the 9th day of the 4th month, the famine prevailed in the city, and there was no bread for the people of the land. And the city was broken up, and all the men of war fled by night by the way of the gate between the walls, which is by the king's garden. Now the Chaldees were against the city round about, and the king went the way toward the plain, and the army of the Chaldees pursued after the king and overtook him in the plains of Jericho, and all the army was scattered from him. So they took the king and brought him up to the king of Babylon, to Riblah, and judgment upon him. And they slew the sons of Zedekiah before his eyes, and put out the eyes of Zedekiah, and brought him with fetters of brass, and carried him to Babylon. And in the 5th month, on the 7th day of the month, which is the 19th year of King Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came Nebuchadnezzar, captain of the guard, a servant of the king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem. Right? So now we see now again everything that the Lord, that the prophet told, king before that, we see them coming to pass. Them, surrounding the city, overtaking it, and keep trying to flee with the army. They know, as you say, leave, scatter. And again, this is why it's so important of us, being in right standing with the Lord. Because now this is where, our protection lies. Not in our minds, but doing that which is right in the sight of the Lord and having favor with Him. And this is why it's so important.
Continue reading in Hebrew. Book of 2 Kings, chapter 25 and verse 9. Yah, Yahweh, Wata, Yah, Allah, Wata, Ka, Wataya, Yerushalayim, Wata, Ka, Yah, Wadala, Shabra, Ash. Stand, Wata, Kawama, Yerushalayim, Sabaya, Nata Tazal, Ka, Yah, Ashadayim, Asha, Ra, Tabakayim, 11, Wata, Yakara, Ahima, Anasharaya, Ayara, Wata, Anapalaya, Asha, Apalau, Amala, Ba, Ata, Yatara, Ahawan, Abela, Nababa, Zaraya, Baba, Tabakaya, Uswell, Womadela, Womadela, Ahraza, Ashayara, Ra, Tabakaya, Lakamayo, Malaya, Moyam, Mr. T, Wata, Emawariya, Anakashaya, Anakasha, Asha, Waya, Yahawa, Wata, Amakainawa, Wata, Yam, Anakashata, Asha, Waya, Yahawa, Shabarawa, Ashadaya, Yasharawa, Nakashitam, Baba, Iswati, Wata, Asayara, Wata, Ayaniya, Wata, Amazamarawa, Wata, Akapatawa, Wata, Aliyah, Anakasha, Asha, Yasharawa, Ruma, Yapapawa, Swati, Wata, Mukatawa, Wata, Amazakwawa, Wata, Zara, Washa, Asa, Napaka, Ra, Tabakaya.
The book of 2 Kings chapter 25 and verse 9. And he burned the house of the Lord, and the king's house, and all the houses of Jerusalem, and every great man's house burnt he with fire, and all the army of the Chaldees that were with the captain of the guard break down the walls of Jerusalem round about. Now the rest of the people that were left in the city, and the fugitives that fell away to the king of Babylon with the remnant of the multitude, did Nebuchadnezzar then, the captain of the guard, carry away. But the captain of the guard left the poor of the land to be vine dressers and husbandmen, and the pillars of brass that were in the house of the Lord, and the base and the that was in the house of the Lord, did the pieces, and carried the brass of them to Babylon, and the pots, and the shovels, and the snuffers, and the spoons, and the vessels of brass wherewith the minister took away, right? They took away, and the fry pans, and the bowls, and such things were of gold, in gold and silver. The captain of the guard took away, right? So now we see again everything that is taking place, and with these examples, it's so important. With every opportunity that these heathens and them see, and again, because of us, and again, because again our disobedience to the Lord, this is why they will have these opportunities. Us being in right standing with the Lord, they do have these opportunities to do what they will be doing. Because you know why? There's instructions for us to follow. and knowing what it means to be separated, what it means to be holy, faith, like I say, goes a long way. And this is why it's so important. It's so important that you can't keep on again stressing on it. Asking and praying unto the Lord, that the mindsets of blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, be and say, to see this start, or to see what is before them, and how are they going to do this, or are they going to see this? Because of the example of what they see right before, us today. Righteous black men sitting on these platforms and bringing the reminders throughout our records. If we don't adhere or to follow these instructions, this will be our demise, this will be our downfall. And if we fail to, as we say, if we do it, then the Most High God will be able to stand with us. And this is why again, these are reminders unto us today as a people, as a nation. And again, we can't keep stressing, continue to stress more on it. Because of what? Because of understanding what love is. No way religion teaching, no way pastor teaching, no way that we say. We all as society, as we say, these other nations gravitate or try to influence us. Because now we see us being influenced what will take place. Again, see what happened again. After the siege in Newman, come out to kill some. Fetters, chains. Again, all of this we get one, we get read about in our record in history. And this is what we read about. These are reminders to us today. And this is why now I say we say in 2024, look at what happened. The same thing that our religious leaders or the religious leaders of the day are doing. And this is why if the I.S.U.P.K and the Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA, we would adhere to these instructions and we would do it. And we would, as we say, it will be a light and a lamp unto us to be the example before brothers and sisters. In reminders and letting them know that if we fail to do or follow these instructions, we would see the end results of the heathen overtaking us and overthrowing us. That as it says in Deuteronomy chapter 28. They that that would be that beneath us would be rise up above us very high, and we will come down very low. This is a very good example of seeing us holding that position of royalty and becoming servants in the hands of the enemies because of not following instructions.
Continue reading the book of 2 Kings chapter 25 and verse 16. In Hebrew. I'm a Wadayi, Shunayam, Ayam, Maka, Wahamaka, Nawa, Shah, Shamalam, Lavaya, Power, Yaha, Ashapa, Lanakasha, Ka, Akalayam, Allah, Sabti, Shaman, Aishara, Ama, Owaka, Aimawan, Ada, Wakadara, Aya, Yawa, Nakasha, Wakasa, Owa, Akanatayara, Shalash, Amaa, Washabaka, Waramanawa, Akatara, Sabayana, Akar, Nakasha, Wakalala, Aimawala, Ashamaya, Ashabaha, Iti, Wayapoka, Rabra, Kapkaya, Sharia, Kanaka, Arash, Ata, Zapanyo, Kahana, Mashanaha, Wata, Shalasha, Shamaraya, Asap, 19. Waman, Ayaya, Lapaka, Sarayas, Aka, Sha, Papaya, Ai, Anashaya, Amalakam, Wakam, Anashayam, Marahaya, Panya, Amala, Sha, and Matizawa, Ba'aidiyar, Wata, Asapa, Sha, Atizah, Amatizao, Aima, Watizah, Washiyam, Yash, Aima, Watizah, Adna, Matizaya, verse 20, Yapoka, Atam, Wazara, and the Ra, Tabakayo, Wayala, Atam, Ar, Malaka, Baba, Rabata, Aya, 21, Wayaka, Atam, La, Baba, Wayamaya, Maraba, Marabatiza, Hamak, Wayagad, Yahwada, Ayla, and then the math, what? So you do. Wayaha, Elna, the Shah, Marabatiza, Yahwada, Shah, Yashaya, Yahwaka, Hadan, Atazara, Allah, Abba, Wayaba, Wayah, Wapa, Ayaham, Gadalaya, Gon, Ahiyako, Gon, Shaphan.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 25, and verse 6. The two pillars, one sea, and which Solomon made for the house of the Lord, the brass of all these vessels without weight. The height of one pillar was 18 cubits, and the chapter capita upon it was brass, and the height of the chapita 3 cubits, and wherein and weight wood and pomegranates upon the chapita round about all of the brass, and like unto these had the second pillar, right? Wherein, wherein wood, and the captain of the guard took Shariah, the chief priest, and Zephaniah, the second priest, and the three keepers of the door, and out of the city he took an officer that was set over the men of war, and 5 men of them that were in the king's presence, which were found in the city, and the principal scribes of the host, which ministered the people of the land, and 80 men, of the people of the land that were found in the city. And Nebuchadnezzar, then captain of the guard, took these and brought them to the king of Babylon, to Riblah. And the king of Babylon smote them and slew them at Riblah in the land of Ammon. So Judah was carried out of the land. And as for the people that remained in the land of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had left, even over them he made Gedaliah, the son of Anakim, the son of Shaphan, ruler. So again, look at what's taking place right now. Right in this time, where the heathens are them who watch cross. You see what they did? They take men, as you say, men that would stand for this truth, and men that would bring the reminders. And what they did with them? Destroy them, or they kill them, and still you unalive them. Because of why? They know that when they do this, they would stop something, as you say, or stop the world of God from, in their minds, from going through. But again, this is why I always draw reference to the Most High God. Always reminded us that He had men reserved, despite of what they did and tried to destroy, as you say, in their minds. These men of them who would, bring the reminder to the people as time goes on. The Most High God always had His reserve, that He would, raise up righteous black men with that same spirit. So what they are doing is a reminder to us today that they would do anything in their power to do what? To try to stop this word or this reminder from going forth. And this is the job, as you say, and this is what the heathens and them is designed to do, because again, remember, it wasn't given unto them. The Lord created vessels. Vessels are honor and vessels are dishonor. And this is why again reminded that we will be vessels are honor. When we become dishonorable is when we join them, join the spirit. So you being a vessel of honor, having the spirit of dishonor, will do what? Will lead, as you say, your household into what? Into servitude, even into death. And this is why these reminders must be brought.
Continue reading. The book of 2 Kings, chapter 25, and verse 23. The book of 2 Kings, chapter 25, and verse 23. I.S.U.P.K, Shariah, Akayarium, Amaha, Muhanashiyum, Kenya, Apakwaya, Malapa, Baba, Gadaliyawa, Uyaaba, Bahawa, Allah, Yadaya Hawa, Amatusa, Uyashamaha, Bam, Natania, Uyawa Kanka, Faraka, Washaraya, Bam, Tanaka, Ma, Anata, Uyaya, Wayasalaya, Uya, Asaniyahu, Bam, Ama I Katayo, Ama A, Nashiya, verse 24. ويشبعي لهم قال ولا نياشيهم ويامار لهم الله فيعاروا أيبيا أكشا ليهم شبوا وتزا وأيبا ودايو الله وبا ويبا ويتاب الله ويحيى وقداش عشان يحيى وآ يشمع آيالا بان الثانية بان عليا شمع مزرعي أملكاو ومعايشوا أنا صيام أتوا ويقع بدلياو ويما هيا وليو وأثار أشداي شا هيوا ومتزاقة 26 ويقع موا أيما وقتان قداوة وشريات أخيال ويقاوة تزاريا إياه هي رأوة وقياوة يا أشدايا ويحجار وشلايا وشفاعات شنام تغلاوة ويحيا ويمدن الله وقدام وشنيم شاب قداش وعيشري وشفاعية وقداش وشقاء ويا مرداخ الله قار وشفتان الأخوار عاش يقوى يقال الله ودا مبيا الطاوة نبوا وياتان كالساوة آية الساعة اللاكي الشعب الطاعة وباوة وشناع وقدايو كالأو وأكاو كمياه لقنايو كاو يوم هيايو
Book of 2 Kings, chapter 25 and verse 23. And when the captains of the armies, they and their men, heard that the king of Babylon had made Gedaliah governor, they came Gedaliah to Mizpah, even Ishmael, the son of Netha, and Jonan, the son of Karah, and Seriah, the son of Temutha, and Nephothiah, and Josiah, the son of TITHES, they and their men, and Gedaliah sware to them and to their men, and said unto them, Fear not, be the servants of the Chaldees, dwell in the land and serve the king of Babylon, and it shall be well with you. But it came to pass in the 7th month that Ishmael the son of Nethiah, the son of Elishama, of the seed royal, came, and 10 men with him, and smote Ebiah, and that he died. The Jews and the Chaldees that were with him at Mizpah, and all the people, both small and great, and the captains of the armies arose and came to Egypt, for they were afraid of the Chaldees. And it came to pass in the 7th and 13th year of the captivity that Jehoiakim, king of Judah, and in the 12th month, 7th and 20th day of the month, that evil Merodach, king of Babylon, in the year that he began to reign, and did lift Jehoiakim, king of Judah, out of prison, and spake kindly to him, and set his throne above the throne of the kings that were with him in Babylon. 29. And changed his prison's garment, and he did eat bread continually before him all the days of his life. Right? Again, and this is again important, that this is why we say this is our record of history, with the accounts of all that is taking place. You know, before time arrived, again, it says that everything that was written before time was written for our learning. And this is why now we can be edified, and we can be, educated in truth and understanding under righteous black men. That without these records, or without our history, we'll be lost. And this is why, again, King identified as lost sheep. And knowing that, he sent forth, as he say, shepherds, righteous black men, to bring these reminders unto us. And this is what we are doing. Despite the condition of what we face today, the Most High God always had that same men that will not bow, and again, men that will bring these reminders unto us. And now we see where, again, an next even rise up to the occasion, and where you brought out, the king from his time, and I say, because he did no harm to him. After what was done to him, it's like, hey, so about the rest of time like this. This is why he could have raised him above all the kings and them at that time. Because why? Hey, you already broken. So you just play out your time. We say we are waiting on time to dead, or time to pass. And this is why it's so important that these records, how it is important for us even to the day.
We continue reading the book of 2 Kings, 2 Kings chapter 25 and verse 30. In Hebrew. Arakatawa, Arataha, Aratata, Amaya, Natam, Lawa, Mata, and a lot. The bar, your one, or your bomb, or your power, your, it's like your yard, your wall. Book of First Chronicles, chapter 1 and verse 1. Adam, the Shah, and the Wa, verse 2. For Yanya, for Yanna, Makalal, the Allah, Yara, street, Kanawaka, Matawashalaka, the Makkah, is 4. Makkah, Sham, Ham, Wayata, Silak Wayapa, is 5. Wanyam, Yakata, Gurma, Wamagam, water, Wagam, Wamdai, Wayanawa, Wayavan, Wapa, Wamasha, Wathyaras, Salam, Wathya, Wathya, Ras, 6. Wawaya, Gama, Waya, Wayapa, Wathwagara.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 25, and verse 30. And his allowance was a continual allowance given him of the king, a daily rate for every day, all the days of his life. The book of First Chronicles, chapter 1 and verse 1. Adam, Seth, Kenan, and Mahir, Jerah, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Adiah, and Javid, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Tisras. Verse 6. And the sons of Gomer, Azarah, and Ripha, and Tubama. Right? So we see the results, again, just that was mentioned, as you see in the end of 2 Kings, where he just served all that time until all the days of life until he died. Right? So now we're going into I think this history is so important, and this is why religion on our own, whether it be the Catholic Church, Seventh-day, you name them, all religion on our own would not go into this, because now this highlighting something and showing up each and every nation where they have to say where they stem from. And this is why it's so important. And this is why when it starts, see where it starts from? It starts from the beginning. So you jump straight into it one time. It's our lineage, it's our line. And then we're going to show you the line of the lineage of each and every nation, who they came up under. And then we'll show you now again where you'll see the most prominent people in coming up for us, today being who we are, who are the children of Israel, or the children of Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. And this is a reminder to us. Right?
We're going to continue. That brings us to the end of the service, and Marjorie is going to stand. SHALAM, which means Israel. East, south, two. That's how we also pray in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shemaiah, Kadash, Yah, Shankar, Yahweh, Lakakar, Yah, Aisha, Barakza, Yah, Shemaiah, Yatan, Yanawah, Lakan, Ka, Yawam, Masalaka, Kawatu, Masalaka, Kawatino, Aha, Yanao, Masayawan, Bo, Washino, Young, Right, Yah, Ka, Malaka, Mahal, Shaparak, I love you, man. The English of Father, Father, thy name, our kingdom come, be done, do, as it is in heaven, was a stay, bread, give us our debts, give us not, temptation, give us an evil, thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever, so be it. We say, Hakak, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, English, how? Please give us the power. He, all man sick, some man disease, cleanse the leper, raise the dead, go against unbelief, cast them out, name of the outside. Thank you. So be it. We say, bless Israel, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Yahweh, Sapari, Rock, Hashem, Yahushua, English, how? Name of Yahushua, bless us, and the school, bless. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Psalm 121 in Hebrew, Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes. To the hills. Whence cometh my help? My help cometh from your house. In heaven and earth. Do not suffer thy foot to be. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Go. He that keepeth Israel. Neither slumber nor sleep. How was thy keeper? How was thy shade upon thy right hand? The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. How shall preserve thee from all evil? He shall preserve thy soul. Thou shalt preserve thy going out, and thy coming from this night forth, evil forevermore. Psalm 18 in Hebrew. Alahaya, Shamayaka, Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not outside. Hold your power. Hold on thy peace. Be not still. Hold your power. Alone. Thy enemies. Against the mouth. They that hate thee. Lift up the head. They craft counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy one. They have said, come, let's cut them off. Be a nation. Israel, so more remembrance, but they are consulted together, one consent, they are confederate against the tabernacle of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, Moab, and Amorim, Paul, Ammon, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre, also is joined with them, children of Lot, last, one to them, to the Midianites, to Syria, to Jabesh, and the brook of the sun, his prayers at Endor, he became as down for you, big and noble, like Uri, as Eve, all the princes of God, said, speak to ourselves, those of the our possession, all my power, make them like a weed, as a stubble before the wind, as a fire with a wood, as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy terror, make them afraid. With thy sword, fill their face with shame, and they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame, perish, that men may know that thou, Lord, is Yahweh, and most high of all the earth. So the blessings in Hebrew, Barak Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Ramak Adam, Zambia, walk your heart, the English, bless you, Yahweh, bless you, Yahweh, Michael, the general, the captain, the officers, the troopers, How? Name of Yahweh. Thank you so much. So, we're going to get one PTC salute. Spot, Majum, Rock, How about Shami Al Shaka? Exclusive days.